So with Broly coming back in Dragon Ball Super Broly, I've been wondering whether or not they're going to keep him and what they're going to do with his character in the future if they do. So let's talk about it. Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on these social media platforms. Enjoy the video. That's right guys, today we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super Broly and Broly himself and whether or not he is going to survive the ending of the movie and whether or not, if he survives, what they're going to do with his character, how they can really exploit his character in the future. And let's be honest, this is Toei, this is Japan. They're going to do as much as they can in order to really milk the Broly character for the fan base if they decide to keep him in the future, and that's what we're going to have to focus on. And one of the things I've been thinking about with the Dragon Ball property, if you're going to keep introducing characters and things from the other elements of Dragon Ball, I mean, taking Broly from a non-canon movie and making it canon in a canon movie that's connected to Dragon Ball Super despite not having a manga adaptation or anything else like that, I mean, that's kind of a mouthful, but that's what we're getting here. I think they're going to have him be some kind of a protagonist character. I wouldn't even be surprised if they're going to have Broly kind of take over the Frieza role as the main villain of the series, who is in between being good and being bad, working with Goku and Vegeta when it's absolutely necessary. I would not be surprised. I think that would be kind of cool, but what could they do with his character? How can they make him even more hype than he already is? I mean, Broly as a character, the legendary Super Saiyan form, is one of the things that most fans of Dragon Ball, one, either recognize, or two, actually love and wanted to see put in the films or put in Dragon Ball Super in any way, shape, or form. That's why someone like Kale got so much attention back when she was introduced at the Tournament of Power, because we were getting a female-looking Broly, very much a homage to what Broly's character actually was. And I would be kind of surprised and a little bit angry if they don't bring up her character at all during this movie. Like, this form, it looks like is coming out at the very end of the movie, right? So maybe that's partly because they don't like mention it or anything, like, oh, we're already so far into this fight that it's not even worth mentioning, and this guy's resemblance to this girl was kind of null and void or not existent before this actually happened. But once he starts looking like Kale, we have to talk about it at least a little, right? But anyway, I really think that when you bring back Broly, if you allow him to survive, and as I've already speculated in various videos, it would be great to have him survive and then take out Frieza, whether he kills Frieza or just dominates Frieza in such a major way that he actually ends up taking Frieza's ship, taking over the Frieza Force, and deciding to rule the galaxy in the same way Frieza did, knowing that Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and maybe even Beerus, if they have Beerus fight in this film, can't really step to him. He has nobody who is even remotely his equal, and then the next time they bring back the series, or the next time they bring back anything of this show, they would either have to deal with Broly, or they're going to have to show Goku and Vegeta training in order to get as strong as Broly. Maybe not to stop him from taking over the universe, but just because Goku and Vegeta are the two types of people who would go out of their way to try to train and get as strong as Broly because they don't want to be second best to anybody else, right? But Broly takes Frieza's ship and he goes and conquers the universe. Maybe that's a great way of bringing back the cube and allowing Broly to actually be a dominating force in the multiverse, something that maybe gets Jiren's attention and him going to fight Jiren sometime in the future, or maybe someone in Universe 6 who's afraid of Broly's power hires Hit in order to go fight Broly, or something else like that. But if you really want to do the best thing you can do with Broly, and I'm really going to throw this out there, I want to hit everyone in the comment section below to tell me what you think about this, but if you're going to allow Broly to be the most fan favorite, just completely cash cow character that they want, he is the perfect character to introduce Super Saiyan 4. One of the things that I speculated on in an earlier video is whether or not Broly was born without a tail. If you look at the various pictures we've gotten of him, it looks like not only does he have a tail, but it's like 3 times as long as any other Saiyan. At least from the pictures that we got, it looks like it wraps around him at least 3 times. Maybe that has something to do with his power, his potential, or one of the reasons he's sent away in the first place. We're not really sure, but this is something I think that they could really attach themselves to and really focus on sometime in the future of the series. He doesn't have to get it in this film. I think he can get it in another film or a continuation manga or anime or whatever they do with it, but have Broly transform into the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. If his tail is the source of his power. If that's one of the reasons they got super afraid of him and they don't want him to actually be on planet Vegeta because his power might be too great when he turns into a Nazaru, then use that transformation on him in some point in the future. Allow him to really tap into the full strength of the Super Saiyan and allow him to maybe even be his god form. In the same way that Toppo had a god of destruction form that was completely different and kind of animalistic and barbaric than his actual form. This would not only be an amazing form to introduce in the series, but it would be perfect for Broly, and it would be great, especially if he is still a bad guy, or maybe if he's working with Goku and Vegeta for something else, and a completely new and original form to him, considering the fact that they did introduce Kale into Dragon Ball Super, and she is, for the lack of a better term, canon to the overall series now. It's too close to Kale's form. Allow Broly to have the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, and then maybe if he's still evil, still has the Frieza Force, or doing anything else, the Galactic Patrol can't stop him. Beerus, Goku, Vegeta, Frieza can't stop him. Maybe he gets the cube, maybe he decides or learns how to go in between the universes based on what Paragus taught him or some other person taught him. Hit goes up against him. Maybe even is hired by Champa, by Fados, by anyone else to go get Broly. It's impossible. Can't actually beat the guy. Jiren and the Pride Troopers go after him. He turns into this form, Broly Super Saiyan 4 versus Jiren. That would be amazing. I think a lot of people would flip their lids in order just to see that. So I'm not saying it's possible, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it would be pretty epic, and I want to hear your thoughts and opinions about this in the comment section below. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. It's been real.